Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share K-pop groups that I feel like won't survive. I wanted From Was 9 to prove you all wrong. I really did. When their management was moved to Pledis, everyone believed the downfall of our beloved girl group was upon us. To make matters worse, they released Talk and Talk, which wasn't well received by fans, but as a real nigga, I got it the first time. But I just knew they would be different. I knew in my heart that these girls wouldn't end up like After School, Hello Venus, or Pristin. And being under hype could have presented another challenge, but nobody cares about GFriend like that. It wasn't gonna happen to my sisters. Everything was literally going amazing. We had so many OSTs. They gave us their magnum opus at the time, Midnight Guest, and they did it again this year. Anyway, they had 2 comebacks in 1 year. They released Sea of Moonlight, which was crazy. Get into that song. They sold a lot of albums. They charted well, much better than a certain group, might I add. My sisters were performing at award shows in 2021. Anyway, they got a few music show wins. They beat Nyan on that one show and had the girls mad. Like, this is how you knew we had the next Supremes upon us. They got their first ever Hate Train. Like, girls, we made it. You couldn't tell me that this wasn't the best case scenario. Either they got the hype, fame, the multiple comebacks a year, a budget, or they sat in that OTR dungeon all year with 1 comeback a year. Like, I was happy, but then it happened. Earlier this year, Promise's social media accounts went radio silent for about a month. Literally nothing from nobody with no explanation. The only thing that was updating was their YouTube channel. Like, what, every week? On top of that, people mention how often Promise is left out of the familial activities of hype groups and stuff. Like, if Promise isn't there, everyone else is gonna be there. Like, there's a chance that 17 will like be the headliner too. It's always just them being left out simply because they're a girl group or they're not as popular as the others. But let 17 have sold as much as Promise and they wouldn't be there either. I'm blaming misogyny. Now that Are You Next is over, I do worry for my sisters. And on top of that, we've got another survival show coming. So like, yeah, we got a delayed full album. They didn't do much with it at all. Where's the performance videos? Where were the dance videos? Like, I'm surprised Weki Meki lasted as long as they did, given the fact that Fantagio doesn't give a fuck about them. But I fear the group, as we all know and love, is coming to an end really soon. They've been active for 6 years, since 2017, and only released 5 mini albums, 2 single albums, and 1 digital single under the company. That doesn't seem too bad, but it is. It is, so I don't want to hear it. With only a year left in their contract, it seems inevitable that we'll be getting some disbandment news around this time next year. Like, also, it's been a really weird time these past 2 years. They released Siesta, which was their IZ*ONE Wig era, despite them literally birthing 4th gen with their concepts. But then they went silent for almost a year just to come back with an announcement for a light stick and then continue to be radio silent. Like, what are we doing? And then Yoojung debuted solo last year, but what has she been doing? Nothing. So the current Black Swan lineup that we have can't last, simply because that's the weight of the company. Like, Renaya and Black Swan are our favorite roaches of K-pop. Like, don't get me wrong, we love them, but it just feels inevitable that the company will shake shit up in a few months or years down the line and we get a new lineup. Same mid music, you know, same lack of budget, but new everything else. New singers, new dancers, like new nationalities, new girls, new everything. It's just prepare for it, all I'm saying. Now, this one may seem obvious because they're a temporary group with only 2.5 year long contracts. I don't know. But anyway, my point is, remember how IZ*ONE was supposed to negotiate with their companies to extend their contracts to continue as IZ*ONE, but then those discussions fell through. I feel like Kep1er won't even get to that point. I feel like there's no reason why they should, and even if they do, why? Like, give me 9 reasons why Kep1er should continue as a group, and I want you to try your hardest when you do. What can Kep1er bring to the table at this point? Those are my sisters. You know, I love the last album, not the one they just released because I still haven't listened to it. I'm gonna go on a whim and say it's called Magical Hour, something related to TXT. What they got for us, because we could get it somewhere else. I don't know.